All you hear about is how important vertical video is. You must post Reels, you must post TikToks, you must post YouTube Shorts, and seriously, you have to if you want to grow on any of these major platforms today. But the question is, what the hell do you post? Believe it or not, most real estate agents aren't natural content creators. You're too busy going to appointments and selling actual houses to think about this. Good thing for you, I sucked at selling houses and now do this full time, whatever this is. I actually don't suck at selling houses. I just like doing this more. Anyway, I come up with 10 vertical video ideas for you to post to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or whatever sick dystopian mind controlling platform they come out with next. First, do a just sold wrap up of, the last couple months of all the homes you sold. As you know, just sold graphics are a dying breed. Posting those every time you sell a home is an absolute fool's move at this point. So instead, do a wrap up once you've sold 3 to 10 homes and upload pictures into a reel for a couple seconds apiece, flashing them on the screen to showcase your work. You can use your property photos or videos of closing pics you took with your clients and post them to Instagram and TikTok. You can put captions on each one saying how much you sold it for or naming the address or something you liked about the property. But at the beginning of the video, you should hook the audience in with a video of yourself saying something like, "Want to see what I've been up to the last few weeks?" Or just straight up, "Here's a quick snapshot of everything I've done and sold the last month." Would be pretty funny if there was nothing after that because you haven't sold anything. But you have a good hook to start your video, which will crush, and it's always best to show yourself instead of an introductory graphic. Do a market snapshot. This one is a no-brainer. Do a 30-second breakdown of your local market's current condition. What's inventory like? What's the average offer situation you're dealing with? What was the highest sale in a specific neighborhood? What are the concerns of buyers and sellers? Describe your experience and what's going on since you're a boots-on-the-ground soldier. And you're not just reading the headlines of some media source trying to scare the living shit out of everyone. Maybe throw up a graphic with actual stats in green screen mode to make it more interactive and have text pop up explaining what you're saying so the audience can get a good visual. Educate your audience. Definitions. What's a contingency period? What is a earnest money deposit and when does it go hard? What is a pre-foreclosure and why the hell do buyers keep sending them to me? Why should we care about interest rates? What should someone do if they want to sell their home and buy one at the same time? You have infinite content to educate the audience on. Literally look up real estate terms on Google and do a video of yourself describing them to the audience. Of course, it's best if you do this in an entertaining way. Like if you're giving the definition of an inspection, maybe film yourself at an actual inspection and what you're finding. Interview the inspector, show the different phases of it, show the buyer's dad who's probably ruining it. Do a video about an appraiser and explain why you brought a bunch of comps that the appraiser isn't even going to look at. The more you can change up your setting, the better. Tell a real estate war story and a lesson you've learned. If you've been in the business for more than a second, you probably have a million of these. Remember that time you walked down on your cellar banging the termite inspector? Tell it. True story, when I first got my license, I essentially lost a listing because of a water bottle I brought in on a hot July day. We were sitting in an open house and I set it on the dresser when I bent over to tie my shoe. Little did I know that it formed a nice fat condensation ring, which infuriated the seller beyond belief. That day she called my boss and told him she never wanted to see me again. So I learned to never put my water bottle down on a piece of furniture again and to respect wood. Tell stories like that. Be vulnerable, funny, and raw. People love it when you express your failures more than when you showcase your success. It makes you human and relatable. I'm human and relatable. Also, Instagram is pushing original content out with original audio more than trending because they want you to make original content. Having said that, do a lip sync, dance, or point to captions to a trending audio. Yes, it makes me cringe to even say that, but these videos are very simple to make and actually perform pretty well. All you have to do is scroll TikTok or Instagram, find a trending audio, mouth it or not, and put a real estate-based caption on it. But here's the trick. Put a load of value in the caption. Paige Steckling does a fantastic job at this, where she will literally just flip around in a chair to a trending audio, get millions of views, and then she explains the concept in the caption. Watch it here.
How about new?
All right, see? Tons of values in the actual caption. This should not be your only content strategy, though. Just mix these in occasionally as fillers, not as your main pieces of content. If you're only lip syncing, your clients will start to think you are insane, but you'd be surprised how well these still can do. Do a listicle. It's a great hook and it makes people watch the entire video. 5 reasons why you should buy instead of rent. 3 reasons you should move to Tulsa, or 3 reasons you should get the hell out of Tulsa. Debunking 3 myths about real estate agents. 4 reasons why we aren't in a housing crisis. You can even do hyper-localized content like the best coffee shops in Brentwood. Then you can list them off or actually go to them and explain what you like about each one. 10 reasons you shouldn't date a Pisces. 5 public bathrooms you can unload it on a trip to Yuma. You get it. 6 reasons why you should divorce your spouse, sell your house, and buy 2 more houses. Hook them in with the number and keep them watching. If you're not educating, you should at least be entertaining. Do a funny skit with other agents in your office or film a grievance you have about other agents or the industry, but be smart with it. Don't make fun of your clients. That is literally my job. Go through the 4,000 posts on the Broke Agent account and act out my observations or memes. There's endless content for you there. It's a bank of content. You can act out the meme or do a rant in your car like Matt Leonetti.
Being a real estate agent is kind of like being one of those people who rev their engines unnecessarily loud at red lights. I mean, most people think you're a total fucking asshole, but there's a small group of enthusiasts who appreciate your work.
Hilarious. Careful with these though. You don't want to offend your clients too much. Use a news story and explain what's either right or wrong about it. Give your take, voice your opinion, be a little polarizing. Go green screen mode, pull up the story and highlight some parts that you find interesting. I try to avoid politics in general as to not alienate half my audience, but if there's a bill or policy that affects homeownership, renters, commission, or whatever it is, you kind of got to talk about it because you're trying to be that digital mayor. You know, you have to explain to your audience why it's important to the real estate market. So take what's trending in the news, show the story, and explain how this could affect the housing market and why it matters. If you don't want to be in the actual reel, I have a genius idea. Maybe you look hideous that day. Maybe your hair looks like a bird's nest like mine. That's fine. Upload a photo, a tweet, or thought and set it as a reel for a few seconds. On Instagram now, every video is technically a reel. So screenshot your tweet, screen record the observation, quote, or whatever it is, however long you want, and upload it as a reel or just do it for the allotted seconds. But here's the kicker. Add in some audio to provide context to it. Or even better, use a generic Canva graphic in the background of your text so there is some movement. See how the sound provides context and adds to the video? I timed it perfectly with the explosion. Without the graphic in the background and the song, it's just a boring reel that would have probably flopped, but it crushed. Do a review on a local restaurant, bar, park, coffee shop, or something new in your community. Maybe interview the owner of that establishment and talk about why it's a cool or not cool spot in the neighborhood. Simple enough. You know what? I got 2 more. Bonus reels. Take a video you've done in the past or an old listing video and repost it as a reel or break it down into a shorter reel. Or even better, do a green screen of yourself in the corner and talk over the video of an old listing, explaining what you liked or didn't like about the house and how the sale went. Last idea, post a reel about something that has nothing to do with real estate. Family vacation, your kids, a football game, your golf swing. I'll play a right to left draw with your head.
We're at a driving range, don't yell. To oblivion.
You'll probably notice that your personal content does even better than your professional content. So always mix in your personal life. If you got some value out of this video, please throw it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to see me dive deeper on this and actually how to make some of these reels, hit the first link in the description because we're coming out with a whole course on it. Classic.